Hello, so welcome to section 3 of the podcast, which is kind of a review. I still haven't named it yet, so people who'll be listening from the start will be angry at me because I've always said I'm going to keep on trying to find out what to call it, but I haven't. But yeah, so if you could go back to when you first started traveling, living abroad, and give yourself one snippet of information which could really help where you are today, what would that be?
Well, what definitely helped me was knowing a bit of the language, of course. I would always, even if just for traveling a few weeks, I would always learn a bit of the language. I actually learned some Chinese too. The kids taught me, but it helped because otherwise it's just impossible. Even with knowing the language, it was almost impossible to make friends. But yeah, always learning a bit of the language and to make friends. The easiest is actually, at least for me, it was over Facebook communities. Expat groups on Facebook aren't always that great, but it's a good starting point because you can ask them where to go, and if you want to engage in local community, like often because they speak your language, they can point into the right direction. I wouldn't stay too long in those expert groups because some groups are like really mean. Then I don't know, they're not. It's not a good environment. I found it. I always stayed only in the beginning to figure out where to go and understand a little bit what to look out for, and then you can find places. What is really great are local language exchange, and you can find them in Facebook groups as well. There's almost in every bigger city there are language exchange, and that's like in Chile, for example, people want to speak English or German, maybe, I don't know, and then you can speak Spanish with them and they can learn a little bit from you. But in the end, it's just like socializing and you get to know each other, and that's when you can make friends with locals. And if it's South America or Latin America in general, they will invite you to your house and then you get to know all their friends and family, and all of a sudden you are in. So that's very easy here, but it also works in China. It worked a very similar way. So in my case, I'm more shy when it comes to meeting people. So for me, it was really helpful starting out online, kind of checking what to do and then go for it. And then it was just a piece of cake. So that's one thing. Throw away that travel book because they just send you to places that are super crowded and annoying. Get to know the local people and they can take you to places you would have never found otherwise.
So don't use Lonely Planet then?
No. No. I would actually, not the Daily Planet, I would blogs also. Blogs are good places to find hidden nice areas. You can ask us in Facebook groups. I sometimes ask for good travel blogs about Mexico, for example, and then I managed to find the contact. Like there was a random dude who was blogging about his travel in Mexico, and he was tagging the social media from a guy who lived close to Mexico City. No, it was not Mexico City, it was Merida. And I contacted that guy, and that's just someone in his free time who tours around some tourists. In his private car, he has like 5 seats, and then he would go. 4 seats, so he can take 4 people, and then he would take them to like his favorite cenotes and have lunch with his family. And those experiences are not in Daily Planet. And I found it because I read the travel blog that I asked for in the Facebook group. So yeah, that's that helped. And then you could, if I wasn't gonna stay in Merida, but I could have engaged more, possibly through that person, find a community there.
That's such a great bit of advice in terms of looking at local blogs, and I guess people who've been there recently, it's probably a good way as well of finding things, because things change over time. One thing about time, just the things, it makes things. You could have a good review 1 year, but then it could be really bad service the year after, or vice versa. And it's all about having the most frequent or most recent experience kind of documented, which is quite useful for planning your own trips or planning your own adventures, really. Or as you've done, try and go for the most remote place possible and make your own way.
Well, that was just I open Airbnb and then I, look at the map and then what looks like super interesting and remote. And sometimes the place that I found at Airbnb decided where I would go next. And I didn't even know how to get there. I just booked the place, and then it was an adventure to get there. It was really not easy. And at some point I thought, oh my God, where we are going? Like, what is this? Because there were no streets anymore. We would just go off road, and we're like, whoa, how can you even drive here? Yeah, but that's so, like, I love these memories the most. Oh, and I never used any guide. When you don't have much time, maybe that's good. But if you have plenty of time, then go by yourself, or footsteps of someone not so popular. That's, if that makes sense.
That's a great bit of advice. Is there anything else you want to share about your time abroad, or your lifestyle, or how much you've enjoyed it, or how much you've struggled, or maybe being homesick?
I was never homesick. Now we kind of settled down in Chile. We rented an apartment long term. And we adopted 2 kittens, so it's serious. But now I struggle a lot with the opposite feeling, which is, I don't know if wanderlust or something is the word, but I want to move on again. The struggle is, once you did this, it's hard to live a normal life again.
Do you not miss Spezi, the Coke and Fanta mix? That's very popular in Germany, like things like that. Do you know nothing you miss from home?
Licorice, I think that's how you say it. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Oh, is it the salty fish one?
No, it's a candy.
Yeah, but you have the fish-shaped licorice in Germany, right?
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah, exactly, this one. I didn't think you were gonna know. Yeah, that stuff, I miss that. I have a friend here, she's German, and she's gonna travel to Germany next week and stay for 2 months, and she already said she's gonna bring me some when she comes back.
Yeah, it's also very popular in Sweden, like licorice. I don't like it. It's not something I enjoy.
I guess you have to grow up with that stuff to like it. No, I love it. That's what I miss. It doesn't exist here. People hate it. I gave it to my husband. He's like, what is this? Would spit it out. No, other than that, German stuff is everywhere. Like, there's nothing I couldn't find here apart from that. German beers and everywhere. Otherwise, I would miss it. I do like Weizen beer. But it's here, so it's
Not Kolsch?
That tastes like pee. Not that I know how pee tastes, but I imagine that must. I imagine this is what it tastes like.
Just Hope Noel from Cologne is watching.
For everyone who likes it, but no.
We're from northern Germany, and Kolsch is near northern Germany, but it's more western. Sorry, but
yeah, it's only from that city, I guess. Cologne. Oh, I don't have no idea.
It's Köln.
Say that in English, but the German word Köln. Yeah, that's I guess. I don't know much about that. So I'm ignorant. I think I'm too ignorant about other German regions and their beer. Like, every region has their own beer, basically. It's a fight
It's the
too.
language of Germany.
So it's a dangerous, dangerous area. I'm talking about here right now. If anyone from there hears this, it's gonna take a plane to hunt me down. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't miss anything in particular. I mean, my parents, of course, but not German stuff. Like I spent many years of my life there, so it's okay. Like I don't need to be surrounded by German things anymore. I could if I wanted, but
No Rammstein, no.
There's a lot of people who like German music actually here. I hear a lot of German in music in bars, but it's because I go to rock bars and a lot of rock is German, British or German. Yeah, but this is where it was born. So basically,
I've got a lot of German rap on some of my Spotify playlists.
oh no,
Yeah, when I was trying to learn German, I would just try and find as much music as possible. So
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's the best way to learn languages. My husband is a language teacher, like an actual one. He studied that, so he always tells his students to listen to music and learning languages. That's also how he learned back then. Before he even went to study at university, he knew how to speak English because of music. He sang the lyrics, he translated it. So you did right. I wouldn't recommend rap, but well, if you like it, go for it.
I know I'm into, I like all music, so I'm very eclectic. So I grew up listening to a lot of emo music when I was growing up, but also like it was like the punk goes crunk era, so a lot of crossover from genres. But yeah, I think there's not much music I don't enjoy, as long as it's got like some level of skill involved.
Then you probably listen to a lot of German music without knowing because they were all singing in English. Probably all those punk stuff. I didn't even know. I learned it when I was here. Now his husband telling me, "Oh, this is a German band." No way. Yeah. Oh, okay. I always thought.
The same like when I went to Sweden, like the Swedes make all music. I didn't realize how much music was infected by the Swedish by Swedish people until I was there. I was like, can you leave it for everyone else, please? I guess it's quite similar like when Americans find out like a lot of British bands or who they like.
Well, they have also some good bands, but yeah, but then they were all influenced by British bands. So see.
First the language, then the music. Anything else you want to share about living abroad that we haven't talked about?
No, we covered so much stuff. Now I can't think of anything now. But that was nice, like really going back and reliving everything. I going so deep into all those different areas. Like I'm not one of those people who ever documented it anywhere. Maybe I should have, but it was nice.
You have now.
Yeah. Thanks for giving me the opportunity of reliving my travel, and now I will have to have a serious conversation with my husband because now I want to go back to Costa Rica.
Well, thank you for, first of all, commenting on my post and then engaging in back and forth conversations about booking a time slot which works with both our time zone. And thank you for spending so much time with me here, sharing your incredible journey and making it so much fun. Yeah, thank you, and we'll see you next time for the Expat Pod.